The fifth and final Ashes test between England and Australia is due to take place at the Oval, with the hosts holding an unassailable 3-1 series lead. With me to preview the test is IBTimes sports editor Nick Howson. Nick, going into this, England have already regained the Ashes now. The atmosphere in the camp must just be euphoric. And to go along with that, heading into this final test, they've decided to retain exactly the same team. What does that mean?
Well, I think it's a real statement of intent from England, wanting to win a fourth test in a home Ashes series for the first time ever, wanting to win 4-1 against Australia for the first time for 36 years. So from that point of view, it's really encouraging, because I think a lot of people could go into this fifth test and think, it's a bit of a dead rubber, it's not going to influence the series. England could well have experimented, and with Australia's problems, it could well have sort of undermined, the brand of Test cricket. But I think it's fantastic that England have gone with this. James Anderson not playing is obviously a blow, but he needs to get well. England are going to need him in the winter. Good to see the likes of Mark Wood given another go. Adam Lyth obviously given probably perhaps his last chance to impress at the top of the order. I was really impressed with Stuart Broad told a story about how Alistair Cook, after a couple of days off, had said, essentially gone back to the farm and got bored. And England done an extra day of training as a result. So there's absolutely no doubt in my mind that they're focused and they certainly want to win this game.
And then looking at Australia, the unexpected defeat they've suffered away in England means there's going to be a lot of soul searching going on for this side. And we've already had Captain Michael Clarke announce his international retirement. Yeah. Steve Smith has been the anointed one to take the new captaincy. I expect fundamental changes for this test. Is that on the cards?
Yeah, I would think so. I think we'll see one or two. I would think there'll be a sort of a nod towards some of the new breed. I think Pat Cummins will probably come in, I would think. Even if it is for Josh Hazlewood, of course, who's probably going to be part of that new era. Sean Marsh, I would think, will certainly be recalled as well. So yes, I think there'll be one or two changes. But it's unfortunate, really, from an Australian point of view, that their performances have overshadowed what is going to be, Chris Rogers retiring, Michael Clarke retiring. We've probably seen the end of Brad Haddin as well, one or two others. So, a bit disappointing from that point of view. The performance at Northamptonshire in the tour match, albeit it was only, first day was washed out, we only got 2 days, I think is an indicator as to where the mentality is in this Australian team. A lot of them some of them won't be involved in the one-day series. They want to go home. And that's really going to impact on their performance. I mean, arguably their heads were gone at Trent Bridge. They're certainly not there now, certainly way distant. Some of them are already on the holidays. So, they go into this test, I think, it's no exaggeration to say, in somewhat disarray.
And looking at how the test itself will pan out, we've had the last 2 tests. Australia have batted first and completely capitulated. It's certainly been grounds for bowlers. What are we expecting with the pitch at the Oval?
Well, I mean, if it goes all 5 days, then generally we get spin at the back end. Interesting from that point of view that England haven't called in Adil Rashid, at least giving him a go before the winter. I think that's a real missed opportunity, given that he also didn't play in the West Indies. I say it's a real missed chance for England to blow the guy like Rashid with the pressure off, but still against relatively quality opposition. Let's not forget about a team that's underperformed. I think England have missed a trick there, unfortunately. They could well have also tested that, moving Murray Ali around as well. The question is really, is it going to go that far? We've seen 2 matches end inside 3 days. I alluded to Australia's mentality going into this game. Obviously, they've already lost the series, but the performance against Northants suggested that their heads are gone. I fear that, I feel that regardless of the conditions that we get, that England will most likely will blow Australia away, really, and secure that 4-1 win. I think the weather is the only thing that can get in the way.
Well, for all our coverage of the final Ashes test, go to our website, ibtimes.co.uk.